There's a point in your body that the ancient Egyptians considered forbidden, not because it was dangerous, but because its power to purify the mind and spirit was so intense that it should only be known by those who were truly ready for change. If you feel a constant heaviness, a mental fog that prevents you from thinking clearly, or a pain that no medicine seems to cure, pay close attention. This pain is not physical, it's blocked energy. And at this very moment, I'm going to show you where the switch is to release all of that. This point, known as the Great Eliminator, is a portal. By pressing it, you send a direct command to your system, initiating a cleansing that can relieve the pressure in your head almost instantly. But what the ancients, like Thoth, knew, and what has been hidden from us, is that the correct way to activate it releases not only the pain, but also the memories and emotions that caused it. Stay with me until the end, because I'm not just going to show you how to find and press this point. I'm going to guide you through the complete Thoth ritual for ultimate purification, a step-by-step process that can change how you feel forever. If you feel you are ready for this release, comment below, "I am ready." Life and death are in the power of the tongue. There is a pain that no medicine can touch, a weariness that sleep cannot cure. This is not stress, it is stagnant energy. It is the weight of every yes that should have been a no, of every swallowed word and every fear that paralyzed you. These renunciations don't disappear. They accumulate like an invisible burden, blocking your vital flow and trapping you in a cycle of repetition and exhaustion that traditional medicine simply cannot see. This burden manifests as a constant mental fog, headaches without cause, and a tension in your shoulders that never goes away. You may even try to ignore it, but the feeling that something is deeply wrong persists. A constant whisper from your soul. Your body is not a machine, it is an intelligent system sending a distress signal, an alert that the energy system is overloaded and needs urgent release. Ancient sages, like Thoth, the guardian of Egyptian mysteries, knew that true pain does not begin in the body, but in the energy. Healing, according to them, lies not in remedying the symptom, but in releasing the blockages that prevent the soul from moving forward. This ancestral wisdom teaches that true purification only happens when we stop looking for answers outside ourselves and look to the real source of our suffering, which resides within us. Think of your energy as a river that should flow freely. Fears, resentments, and unspoken truths are like dams that transform this river into a murky, heavy swamp. This stagnation creates internal pressure that affects your mind, your emotions, and even your physical health. The feeling of being overwhelmed and unmotivated is a clear sign that your inner river is blocked, and you will continue to drown until the floodgates are opened. The good news is that your body possesses a master key, a safety mechanism to drain this pressure. It's ancient knowledge, guarded for those ready to understand that the power of healing lies in their own hands. Your body is giving you a clear signal that the time for release has arrived. There is a portal, a specific point that acts as a reset button for your mind and spirit, and knowing how to activate it is the first step in dissolving years of accumulated pain. The portal to your liberation is not in a temple, but hidden in your own hand. Join your thumb and forefinger and feel the muscle rise and form. At the top of this small mound resides what the ancients called the Great Eliminator. This is not a poetic name. It is its literal function, an energetic gate that accesses your body's cleansing system. a secret of power known for millennia. This point, called Hegu or Li4, is more than just an acupressure site. It's a master switch. Pressed correctly, it sends a direct command to your system, initiating an immediate release that rises to the head, relieving pressure and mental fog. It's a shortcut to clarity, knowledge that the Egyptian sages already used for spiritual purification. The effect is almost instantaneous, a wave of relief that brings lightness to the head and shoulders. It acts as a drain for the stagnant energy of obsessive thoughts and facial tension, allowing vital energy to circulate again. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room, bringing back a calm and focus you thought you'd lost forever. But such great power demands a warning. This point was deemed forbidden not because it was dangerous, but because of its potency. It not only moves the stress of the day, but accesses deep emotional blockages rooted in your subconscious. The prohibition is a warning. You are about to tamper with energies that your mind has struggled to keep buried. Activating the Great Eliminator is like knocking on the vault door where you've stored traumas and truths to survive. The power of this point is like a dam breaking. What's been stored will come to the surface. Therefore, using it is preparing to face the real cause of your pain, not just the symptom. The real question isn't whether you can find the point, but whether you're ready for what it will release. The valley where the soul gets trapped. The original name of this point, Hegu, translates as Valley of Union. This name is no coincidence. It reveals the profound nature of what happens energetically in this location. This small, soft space in your hand is a miniature map of your psyche, the battlefield where the opposing forces of your life meet. It is the point of convergence between your desire to move forward and your fear of change. It is where the yes and no you feel simultaneously clash, where the will to act and the paralysis of doubt wage a silent war. Every hesitation, every crossroads where you felt divided, leaves an energetic mark in this valley. Think of all the times your mind said one thing and your heart another. The job opportunity that seemed perfect but filled you with inexplicable fear. The relationship you knew you should end but couldn't walk away from. The honest conversation you needed to have but postponed for weeks, months, or even years. All this energy of indecision doesn't dissipate into thin air. It condenses, solidifies, and stores itself as chronic tension precisely in the Valley of Union. This point becomes the physical record of all your unresolved internal battles. When you press this point and feel a sharp pain or intense sensitivity, it's not just a nerve being stimulated. It's the echo of all your renunciations. It's the silent cry of your soul, trapped between two worlds, unable to commit to one path. The body, in its infinite wisdom, doesn't lie. It uses this point as a sincere diary, where each knot of tension corresponds to a decision not made, a path not chosen, a part of you left behind. The pain is a signal, a red light on the dashboard of your being, indicating exactly where the vital energy has stopped flowing. This valley is not a place of rest, but a cauldron of internal alchemy. It is here that the energy of possibility transforms into the rigidity of stagnation. The hand, in many esoteric traditions, represents action, creation, and manifestation in the world. The thumb symbolizes will and the index finger direction. The valley between them is, therefore, the point where will meets direction, where intention prepares to become action. When there is internal conflict, when will and direction are not aligned, the energy gets trapped in this limbo, creating a blockage that prevents its manifestation. This accumulated tension doesn't just affect your hand. Like a traffic jam on a major avenue, this blockage in Union Valley causes a bottleneck throughout your energy system. The energy that should flow to nourish your mind, your creativity, and your vitality is held back, generating frustration, anxiety, and a feeling of powerlessness. You feel you want to change, that you want to make things happen, but it seems like an invisible force is holding you back. This force is the accumulation of your own indecision, physically manifested at this point. Therefore, sensitivity in this valley is an accurate diagnosis of your inner state. It reveals how much of your energy is being spent maintaining active internal conflicts. It's an invitation to look inward and ask yourself, where in my life am I divided? What am I refusing to choose? The answer to these questions is the key to beginning to dissolve this tension. And this tension has an even more specific origin, directly linked not only to what you have failed to do, but to everything you have forced yourself to swallow and silence. Every time you forced a smile when you felt like crying, every time you said everything's all right when your soul screamed for help, you weren't just being polite or avoiding conflict. You were literally swallowing energy that needed to be expressed. This energy doesn't disappear, it transforms into a knot. A small pocket of repressed emotion that lodges itself in your body. And one of the favorite places for these knots to manifest physically is the Hegu point, the Valley of Union. The tension you feel there is the physical weight of all the truths you have silenced. In traditional Chinese medicine, this point is the gateway to the large intestine meridian. This energy channel is not only linked to the physical function of elimination, but more importantly, to our emotional and psychological capacity for detachment. It governs the process of releasing what no longer serves us, whether it's food that has already been digested, a belief that has become limiting, or an emotion that has served its purpose. It is the system of letting go. When this system is healthy, we process life experiences, learn from them, and move forward. However, when we repress powerful emotions, like anger, sadness, grief, or guilt, we essentially block this channel of release. Imagine trying to stop a river from reaching the sea. The water pressure builds up, seeking weak points to leak out or breaking through the barriers. Similarly, the energy of these repressed emotions accumulates in the large intestine meridian, and the Hegu point, being a command point, becomes rigid and painful. It hardens like a stone, becoming physical proof that you are carrying burdens that should have already been released. Think about it. The anger you didn't express so as not to hurt someone, the sadness over the loss of something or someone you never allowed yourself to truly feel, the guilt over a past mistake that you keep dwelling on. All of this is stored. The Hegu point becomes a barometer of your inner honesty. The more painful or tense it is, the more unexpressed truths you are carrying. The pain at this point is a direct invitation from your body for radical honesty with yourself. It's saying, stop pretending. Look at this. It's time to release. This point is, therefore, the point of inner truth. Its contraction is evidence that your spirit is burdened with thoughts, feelings, and guilt that should have been processed and eliminated. This is why often, when pressing this point, we feel not only physical pain, but also a wave of emotion that can surface. A sudden sadness, an irritation without apparent reason. This happens because the touch is releasing the energy of that emotion that was encapsulated there, waiting for an opportunity to finally be seen and released. Understanding this changes everything. Pain at the Hegu point ceases to be a discomfort and becomes a tool for self-knowledge. It shows you exactly where the energy is stuck and why. It gives you a map to your own healing. The next step, then, is not just pressing the point to relieve the pain, but learning to interact with it in a way that signals to your body that you are finally ready to hear the truth it has been holding. And the first touch, when done with the right awareness, is already the beginning of a profound promise of relief. The first touch and the promise of relief. Now that you understand what tension at this point means, let's learn how to interact with it. Close your right hand in a relaxed way, as if you were shaking someone's hand. With the thumb and index finger of your left hand, find that valley between the thumb and index finger of your right hand. Press gently until you find the highest and most sensitive point of that small muscle mound. This first touch isn't about applying brute force. It's an act of recognition. It's you saying to your body, "I know you're there. I'm listening to you." It's a gesture that initiates a wordless conversation. The moment you apply firm, steady pressure to this point, something extraordinary begins to happen on multiple levels. Modern science can explain part of the phenomenon. Stimulation of the Hegu point activates nerve fibers that travel to the spinal cord and from there to the brain, triggering the release of endorphins. Endorphins are the body's natural painkillers, internal opiates that generate a feeling of well-being and pain relief. This is why this point is so famous for relieving headaches and other tensions. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Ancient wisdom goes far beyond brain chemistry. It teaches that this intentional touch sends a vibration, a wave of energy through the blocked meridian. It's like throwing a stone into a frozen lake. The initial impact may seem small, but it creates cracks that begin to spread, breaking the rigidity of the surface. Similarly, conscious pressure on the Hegu begins to break the crystallization of stagnant energy, allowing it to begin moving again. It is the beginning of the thaw, the first sign that spring is coming to your energy system. You can feel it physically. A subtle and almost immediate relief from the tension in your jaw, neck, or forehead. A feeling of lightness, as if a weight has been lifted from your head. It's a sensation similar to the decompression we feel after a deep, liberating cry, when the body finally relaxes after releasing a great emotional burden. This immediate relief, however subtle, is irrefutable proof that the energy is responding. It's your body whispering back to you, "Thank you for listening. I'm ready to let go." This first contact is a powerful moment. It proves that you have the ability to directly and immediately influence your own inner state. You don't need anything external. The healing tool is already in your hands. This simple act of self-pressure is an act of empowerment. It takes you out of the position of passive victim of your discomfort and puts you in the position of active agent of your own healing. You are taking control, showing your system that help has arrived and that help is yourself. However, for this release to be more than just momentary relief, for it to transform into a deep and lasting purification, physical touch needs to be amplified by the strongest power in the universe, the power of your focused intention. Pressure opens the door, but it is your consciousness that decides what will pass through it. Touch prepares the ground, but it is the command of your mind that will sow the true transformation, and this is where the magic truly begins to happen. The true secret to activating the full power of the Hegu point lies not in the strength of your finger, but in the clarity of your mind. The ancient masters of all traditions knew a fundamental law of the universe. Energy follows attention, and attention is directed by intention. You can press this point mechanically all day and obtain only superficial physical relief. True transformation, the release of deep emotional layers, only happens when you unite the physical act with a specific and powerful mental command. It is the union of body and mind that creates alchemy. While maintaining firm, steady pressure on the point, close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and bring all your attention to the sensation under your thumb. Now, instead of just feeling the pain or pressure, you will use your mind to give your body a clear instruction. Visualize, with all the conviction you can muster, a simple and direct phrase. A phrase like, "I allow everything that no longer serves me to go away now," or "I release all stagnant energy and all accumulated pain." Choose the phrase that resonates most with you. This is not an empty affirmation, it is a decree. It is your consciousness, your higher self, giving explicit permission for the defenses of your body and your subconscious mind to lower their guard. Think about it. For years, your system has worked to suppress these emotions and keep these blockages in place, believing that this was necessary for your survival. Now, you are consciously informing it that the danger has passed, that it is safe to let go, that the inner war can finally end. You are signing a peace treaty with yourself. This is the secret that Thoth himself, the master of the word and manifestation, is said to have taught. In the Egyptian tradition, the spoken or thought word, the logos, had the power to create and transform reality. By formulating this command in your mind, you are using the same principle. You are reconfiguring your energy field, giving a new instruction to your cells, to your energy, to your soul. You are changing the programming from retaining and protecting to releasing and healing. It is an act of sovereignty over your own being. The energy of the Hegu point responds to this honesty and clarity. When the intention is pure and the command is direct, the power of the point is multiplied exponentially. You can feel the quality of the sensation change. Sharp pain can transform into a warm throbbing, or tension can simply begin to dissolve, like a melting ice cube. This is the sign that your system has received the message. The floodgates have not only been unlocked, they have received the order to open completely. By giving this command, you are doing more than relieving a symptom. You are preparing the ground for profound and lasting change. You are aligning your conscious will with the innate wisdom of your body, creating a powerful partnership for healing. This step is what separates a simple acupressure technique from a true purification ritual. And with this alliance established between mind and body, you are finally ready to execute the final step, the sacred ritual that transforms intention into a physical, visible, and undeniable liberation. The Thoth ritual for final purification. This is the climax of our journey, the moment when we unite all the elements we have learned in a sacred act of liberation. This is the ritual that initiates in ancient mystery schools might have used to purify the mind and spirit. A method that transforms theory into direct experience. Find a quiet place where you will not be interrupted for a few minutes. Sit comfortably. This is your moment, a scheduled encounter with your own healing. The promise of the title is about to be fulfilled. Not by me, but by you. Begin by finding the Hegu point on your non-dominant hand. Use the thumb of your dominant hand to apply firm, steady pressure, just as we practiced. The pressure should be strong enough for you to feel perhaps even a little uncomfortable, but never unbearable. Now, instead of closing your eyes, fix your gaze on a fixed point in front of you. It could be an object in the room, a point on the wall, anything. This act of focusing your gaze calms the nervous system and helps to quiet mental noise, preparing the field for what is to come. With the pressure maintained and your gaze fixed, breathe deeply and slowly 3 times. With each long, complete exhalation, mentally repeat the command you have chosen. I let go. Feel the vibration of these words echoing from your brain to the tip of your thumb. Remain like this, pressing the point, breathing and maintaining focus for about a minute. During this time, just observe. You may feel the pulse at the point synchronize with your heart. You may feel a warmth spreading through your hand and arm. The initial pain may increase and then decrease, or simply dissipate. Whatever it is, just witness it. This is the sound of stagnant energy breaking down. After approximately 1 minute, the moment for the power gesture arrives. In a quick and decisive movement, release the pressure from the point. Immediately, vigorously shake the hand that was being pressed, as if you were trying to get rid of water or invisible dust that got stuck in it. This is not a random movement. It is an ancient symbolic act present in countless energy cleansing traditions around the world. It is the physical and final manifestation of detachment. As you shake your hand, actively visualize the tension, worry, pain, and weight leaving you, detaching and dissolving into the air. This gesture seals the expulsion process. It communicates to your subconscious, in a language it understands perfectly, that the energy that has been released should no longer be retained. You are clearing your field, declaring that that space is now vacant. You don't need to know exactly what was released, whether it was a childhood memory or the stress of the past week. The body knows. Your innate wisdom seized this opportunity to discard what was heaviest and most unnecessary. With this act, you not only opened the floodgates, you ensured that the energetic debris was carried away by the current. You have just completed a full purification ritual. You have activated the Great Eliminator in its fullness, uniting physical touch, conscious breathing, mental focus, the command of intention, and the symbolic gesture of release. You have used an ancient and powerful technology residing within your own body to initiate a profound shift in your energetic state. But the ritual does not end here. The next step is equally important. Integrating this new energy and observing the immediate sensation of lightness that settles in. Immediately after completing the handshake gesture, stop. Remain silent for a moment. Now, bring both hands in front of your body, at chest level. Palms facing each other. Keep them about 10 to 15 centimeters apart, without them touching. Close your eyes and simply focus your attention on the space between your hands. Don't try to feel anything specific. Just observe. Be a curious witness to what is happening in your own energy field. This is the moment of reintegration. Many people, when doing this, report subtle but very real sensations. You might feel a warmth emanating from one palm to the other. You might feel a slight tingling, like a gentle electricity dancing between your hands. Some feel a kind of pressure, as if there were an invisible balloon or a magnetic field between them. Others may not feel anything physical, but perceive a deep stillness, a peace that wasn't there moments before. Whatever your experience, it's valid. This is your energy field rebalancing itself in real time. What you are witnessing is the direct consequence of the ritual. The space that was previously occupied by the dense and stagnant energy of pain, worry, and indecision is now vacant. And nature, both internal and external, abhors a vacuum. This space is being immediately filled by your own vital energy, your pure and clean life force, which can now flow freely. The sensation between your hands is tactile proof that your energy field is more coherent, more vibrant, and more harmonious. You have opened the floodgates, and the river of life is returning to its bed. The clarity you may be feeling in your mind right now is not a coincidence or a placebo effect. It is energetic physiology. The mental fog and pressure in your head were symptoms of energetic congestion. Now that the congestion has been released, energy flows, and clarity is the natural result. You haven't added anything to yourself. You simply removed what was obstructing your natural perception. The peace you feel is your original state, which was buried under layers of tension. To anchor and stabilize this new sense of balance while still holding your hands in front of you or resting comfortably, mentally repeat one last command phrase. This time, the phrase is not one of release, but of integration and advancement. A phrase like, "I am here and I move forward," or "I integrate this new clarity and move forward." This command finalizes the reintegration process, informing your system that this new state of lightness and flow is the new pattern to be maintained. It's like saving a new file on your mind's computer. This moment of stillness after the ritual is crucial. It is during this time that you become familiar with your new vibrational state. It is a moment to savor the feeling of peace, to feel the absence of the weight you may not even have known you were carrying. This process ensures that the release continues to unfold in the coming hours and days, even when you are no longer thinking about it. The seed of purification has been planted and watered. Now, you only need to observe the signs that it is growing and transforming your inner garden. Signs that the transformation continues. The purification experience you initiated with the ritual is not like turning off a light, an event that ends the instant it happens. It's more like setting a ship on a new course. The change of direction has been made, but the ship will continue to move and adjust to its new route for quite some time.